Do you know someone suffering from a condition that looks like this? If you do, and it itches and it looks like that, then it is most probably a condition known as eczema. There is a plant so common in most parts of Africa, so common that it might even be in the bushes around your compound. And I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide on how to prepare this plant so you get maximum result. But before we begin, I am Ongwen Laodog by names. I'm based in Uganda, and I'm an enthusiast of heritage. I love heritage. I love heritage, the heritage of Africa. And before we begin also, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. It's for your own benefit, so that you'll be amongst the first people to be notified the next time I post about which plant, which commonly found plant in Africa is for treating which disease. So let's dive in. What is eczema and what causes eczema? Ideally, you should wait for medical diagnosis before you can say this is eczema or not. Before you start treatment of any disease, not just eczema. But you know, this is Africa. We all know what happens in Africa. In many parts of Africa, that sometimes is not possible. So we just have to use our own knowledge, age-old knowledge, to look at something and say this is this disease, just by using your own intuition, your eyes, your ears, your hands, and things like that. So what causes eczema? Eczema is caused by inflammation of the skin. A variety of factors can contribute to the inflammation of the skin, leading to eczema. This might include environmental factors. It can also be because of genetics, and also because of immune system hyperactivity. So how do you know this is eczema? Here are some of the symptoms of eczema. Dry, cracked skin, just like the one you're seeing on the screen right now. If you have this in front of you, then it's most probably eczema. The skin is cracked and, as you can see, it's dry. The second sign, the second symptom you look for is itchiness. If it is itching day in and day out, the patient is having that urge to scratch, then it's most likely eczema, as you can see. The third symptom is when you see rashes on swollen skin. That varies in color depending on your color skin. Don't rely too much on the color. In Africa, we have brown people. Some section of our communities are browner than the others. So the contrast may not be as the one you're seeing here on the screen. But you'll know it when you see it. Rashes on swollen skin. You will know it when you see it. Then the fourth symptom is when you see the skin thickened, just like in this photo on the screen right now. You see the skin is like this, you know, this has got to be eczema. And there are also others. You will, as a practitioner, you'll use your own judgment to know whether this is eczema or not. So which plant am I talking about? That's easily found in most parts of Africa that can be used for treating eczema. This plant is so common in the bushes in most parts of Africa. I'm sure you must have seen it. It's very common. You'll always see birds sucking on the nectar from the flowers of this plant. It's actually quite beautiful. This is the plant. Its English name is Leonotis. Yes, Leonotis. The spelling is on the screen, as you can see. But some people call it lion's ear. Lion's ear. While others call it lion's tail. Others call it lion's tail. There are two types. In my part of the world, we only have one type, but I'm told there are two types. That in some parts of Africa, both types do coexist side by side. One type is called Leonotis Nepetifolia. Leonotis Nepetifolia. And the other one is Leonotis ossimifolia. Leonotis ossimifolia. That's the scientific name. Both can be used in the treatment of eczema. So you don't need to worry which type you have in your community, in your neighborhoods. If you have the Nepetifolia or the ossimifolia, both can be used in the treatment of eczema. So, which part of the plant do you use? The leaves and the roots. You can use them to treat eczema, and the process of making them ready is similar. So how do you go about processing the leaves and the roots? What you do is you harvest a bunch of either the leaves or the roots. You can mix them. It doesn't harm anyone. But if you choose to use one type of it, either the leaves only, you can use the leaves only. If you have chosen to use the leaves, then use the leaves only. But if you have also chosen to use the roots, then use the roots only. But you can mix them and you process them together. You'll still get the same effect. I haven't done a good study on it to find whether it's more effective, if you use both or either of the two. But you can use either of the two or both. Harvest the bunch, boil it in half a liter of water. Boil it in half a liter of water. Let it boil for 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the intensity of the heat of your fire. So if you have, your fire is, not too hot, then you give it time, like 10 minutes. But if your fire is hot, 5 minutes are enough. So how do you use it? Apply it to the affected area. Repeat this. You can repeat this 3 to 4 times in a day, or every time you are cleaning the skin, you apply it. After cleaning it with the warm water, you apply it. So there you have it. But before you go, please click. There is a link on the description of this video. Please click on that link so that you join my inner circle. That is the group with whom I share more details about African medicine. There are people who love African medicine just like I do, and are willing to discuss issues of African medicine with me. So you'll find the link to the inner cycle in the description below this video. Please watch other videos in this channel. They are also very useful, just like this one.